Okay, we are live. Everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Art Vandalay, and today's show it's Dan Fines, and I want to meet. I want you to meet Cayce, the Carolina Thrifter. I decided to go ahead and start this show, just kind of introducing you to some guests. But well, let me start off by saying everything that I've learned on my YouTube channel. I never want to try to teach anyone anything. I've learned it from just watching other YouTubers, and I just kind of wanted to share just what I'm doing. And one of the things of what I've learned are other YouTube channels is a show like this where they just talk to someone. And I wanted to talk to guests who I watch. So today I have Cayce, the Carolina Thrifter, and I'm going to go ahead and let Cayce introduce himself. So Cayce, thanks for showing up tonight.
Yeah, man. Definitely. I appreciate you having me on here. But yeah, I'm Cayce. I go by Carolina Thrifter. Some people may have known me as the Carolina Hustler. But that's a whole other story. But yeah, I'm a full-time reseller based out of South Carolina, down in the Charleston area. And most people also know that I have a niche sale of golf clubs. I like to sell golf clubs. But this is what I do full-time. I got fired from my job back last year. And yeah, and I do make YouTube videos on a lot of my finds and, how to sell on eBay. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, okay, you kind of, well, let me go ahead and see who's here first before. Let's see. We have Mike from the Janier House. Mike, thanks for stopping by. And I see his buddy, the Philly Picker. What's up, Joe? How you doing, Joe? Bluegrass Thrift. How you doing? Thanks for coming. She was at our live listing I do with Joe and Mike yesterday. She was asking where we're doing this, so appreciate you stopping by. What's up, Dan? Big Thrift Philly. He used to have just went by his regular name, but he just started a YouTube channel. I've been enjoying your videos, Dan. And Evan, Flippy McFlipperson. What up, fellas? You know him, right? He's South Carolina boy, right?
Oh yeah, we know Evan. What's up, man?
I love Evan's.
Yeah,
he's gonna be on in 4 weeks. He's my fourth guest I'm gonna have on here. So I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to him, but I'm excited to talk to you. I started watching you. I know we met on Joey Bada Bings. We popped into a live.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was watching you before that, and I just kind of knew from hanging around YouTube, you're like the golf club guy, and you just were saying that you're the niche golf guy. But when I'm watching your videos, I've just seen you thrift everything, not just golf clubs. So what got you away from golf clubs, and what makes you what are the other items that you're looking for out there?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I did mostly golf clubs starting out in my resale business, and I started back in 2017 after a neighbor of mine showed me how one golf club flipped for like a stupid amount of money. So I was like 100% golf clubs. It was easy flipping stuff, like no returns, like easy to ship, easy to find around here. But I did notice sales would drop a lot, especially around my winter time. So I watched Craigslist Hunter, and he sold a lot of stuff. I didn't really see a lot of YouTube channels back then in 2018 or 17. So I just started selling stuff like VCR combos, and I don't know. I did a lot of like vintage electronics, and then I started doing shoes, and then what else? I mean, video game stuff. That's common. I mean, you find like the old NES and SNES stuff, and then I also watch Rake and Profit, and looking for ties and some clothing. But I don't know, man. It's kind of dialed in. I normally sell shoes, the golf clubs, any kind of sporting equipment. I did adapt to that a lot, like tennis rackets. Baseball mitts. And normally you just, going in Goodwill is you kind of want to comp anything you see that might be of value. I mostly did hard goods. I never really want to do too much of the, like Amazon, stuff, or I'm not too big on bin stuff, even though I have been there and I don't mind going there thrifting that kind of stuff, like Amazon return stuff. But yeah, I love finding the hard goods stuff in Goodwill, thrift stores, and going to yard sales and just find it. It's really fun, very profitable. I've made a lot of money doing it. But yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, golf clubs have made me thousands of dollars, so that's not what I stick with.
That's awesome. You're down in Charleston, right? Charleston area?
Right, yeah.
So there's tons of golf down there? Like is it
there? Yeah, there is. I mean, up and down a coastline, it seems like it just attracts it, and I do have a good tendency of finding it. Mm-hmm. And then my neighbor is like my neighbor. He's 2 doors down. Most people may have heard the story or not, but me and him do this together, kind of. So like we send each other things around it, like Facebook Marketplace pickups. We tackle all the yard sales around here. I mean, so it's like a team effort between me and him. He's not on YouTube, but he's kind of like my other source.
Oh, that's nice.
Definitely, yeah, it
And
helps out a lot.
yeah, that's awesome. So you mentioned, so you strictly, you mentioned you don't really mess with Amazon. So are you just strictly eBay, or are you?
I do Facebook Marketplace now and then. Like I did one today. It sells quick sometimes.
Mhm.
I feel like, especially with golf clubs, but mostly eBay though. Most of my income source is eBay.
Are you doing Facebook local, or like have you tried the shipping?
I do shipping and
Okay.
local. I've done pretty good, with both of them. The only thing is with local and with shipping. I mean, you got to deal with face to face. You got to have a customer service type background where you can talk to people, and you can't. I don't know. I feel that's the way. It's always been that way for years. I've done Facebook Marketplace pickups and local sales, but I mean, you do gotta. I don't know. I'm not saying it's aggravating to do, but I feel like you gotta have like that mentality to be able to talk to people.
Talk to people.
Just because you're going to be one on one with them, selling them your merchandise that you've literally thrifted or whatever for a low cost, and you're selling it to them. And it's kind of hard to hide that sometimes. Is let them, like, yeah, I just picked this up, like that that halter you saw me buy. I
Mhm.
sold it within 2 days. I mean,
Oh, did you?
oh yeah, that stuff sells, man. You find like furniture like that on the side of the road,
Yeah.
that stuff sells, man. Like I've done that plenty of times. It's just one time
That
I
was a
caught
nice
it in a
piece.
dude. I threw that thing on the marketplace. I had 20 people message me. I had 5 people like serious, and one guy was like, "I'm a furniture refinisher. I can't find this stuff. Thank you." I'm like, well, thank you. I found it on the side of the. I didn't say that, but don't go watching the Carolina Thrifter video. So, but yeah, I don't mind doing furniture flips. I mean, like that. That's easy money.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw that piece and I couldn't even believe someone threw that away. I guess I should mention, I wanted to lead off. I told you before we clicked in that I was gonna be awesome in my head, but I do have Cayce's channel linked. It's the first thing in the description, so you can see it
Oh,
totally right there. Just click on it, go check out his channel, support him. Really enjoy his videos. Let me say hi to a couple more people here. We have Larry. What's up, Larry? And he's gonna go great. Joe, oh, he's going great. Gonna pack up some orders. Jeff, this is eBay Addicts, or Jeff, because that's where I was. I saw you. You were on his show, and Jeff Loft's service, and then you held your own. And then I was like, I mentioned I was thinking about doing this, and then I was watching that, and I was like, man, I really want to do this. I wanted to talk to you before about golf clubs, so I was like, I think it's the day I messaged you. So you got you and him got this rolling here. So appreciate
okay,
that.
cool. Yeah, Jeff's good. Man. Jeff's really good at those interviews. I like watching
Oh
him
yeah,
when
yeah.
pop up out of nowhere sometimes. I need to set the reminders, but yeah, Jeff does a good job with interview. You never know who he's gonna have on that show.
I know he's getting everyone on there.
Everyone, man.
What's up, Ken? How you doing? Flippy McFlipperson wants to know if I could teach lessons on Facebook Marketplace. I've really enjoyed Facebook Marketplace, but you know what? Someone asked me a question last week, and I've really scared if something bad happens because I can never get a hold of anyone if something happens. I only do shipping right now. I don't really do local pickups. Tommy Bernard. Tommy Bernard. My very first super chat ever is from Tommy Bernard. Thank you. I appreciate that. 1999. Congratulations, you made it. That's awesome. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just hit my hours. Before we came on, you're talking about kind of you wanted to do a show. You want to talk, or you're thinking about doing something like doing some lives or something. If you wanted to talk about that, or what, I guess let me back up just a little bit because I wanted to say I've just noticed watching your channel. You really you put a lot of effort into your channel. I could tell like over since you've been starting. If you want to say when you started, and I just noticed that your channel is just evolving. You're getting better. I'm nowhere near no expert, but you can tell that you're putting in the work and the effort to put out good content. So if you want to just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I started out, it's just like everybody, man. I started out a YouTube channel, and actually it started from like last year in January. Like I'd already been thinking about it. Nobody was talking about golf clubs reselling.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching, I just started trying to find stuff on YouTube about golf club reselling. Of course, I stumbled upon Josh's Harry Tornado's channel, and Josh like passes by a very expensive iron set and said, "Don't buy that." I was like, "Oh man, for real? You don't know to buy that?" So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel." And like my first video was so bad, but I left it up.
You have to.
And yeah, you got. But I knew like from watching like YouTube videos, like starting YouTube channels, like I know I'm not the best in front of a camera, and I know like it's tough. I like watching other videos, comparing to mine a little bit. I learned this too, man. I don't compare myself to other people, just myself of yesterday, and
Yeah.
that's the only way to get better. And I was not consistent on YouTube, so my YouTube channel failed probably for a while because I wasn't putting out consistent content or probably valuable content. I don't know. I tried, but I think that's part of it. And then I think if I look at my analytics and you can see it from November to now, yeah, it has a significant like growth for me at least from having subscriber count watch hours. But I mean, the hours are still suffering. So yeah, maybe probably do a live and do that very heavily here soon. I'm not sure yet, but that may be in the works because I mean, unless I hit a good video or two, not really getting the amount of views to get enough hours. And think you got to do 4,000 hours within 365 days. So, like, screw it, man. I get on here and talk. I don't care. And people want to, fish information out of me. I have plenty of it. I feel for
Yeah.
doing this full time. Golf niche. I mean, my financial credibilities are great. So if you need to like dig on that, so I don't know. Let's see what happens.
That's good. Yeah, I was kind of telling you. You kind of mentioned that before we came on, and I've always been nervous. I was always nervous doing lives, and I made short videos. So it took me a year and a half to get to those hours, and it can get discouraging because everyone's judged by their hours, not their hours, their subscribers.
Yeah,
And then
that's
once you get the subscribers, you're getting bombarded about your hours all the time,
Yeah.
and just kind of, I mean, because it's exciting, right? And but you don't want to just go live just to go live. You want to have some kind of like some value, I guess. Which
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's just some background noise, that's honestly that's what I got started. Well, I mean, obviously that's what I got started with was just a live hangout with my buddies, and it's just kind of hanging out and just. But there's so many people that are into golf or whatever. If you did something with golf, that would be really awesome. But just like you've been so consistent lately, or that it'd be awesome to that would probably help. I mean, obviously that would help a lot more. That would be the one thing that because that I would if I could go back, I would have been more consistent on doing something with like a live stream or something. But
Yeah, exactly. And back to that too with golf, man. So my channel I couldn't ever figure out what it was, and that hurt me too. Like I couldn't figure out if my channel was a resale channel or a golf thrifting picking channel
oh
because there is a golf channel that does what I do that is big, and they have they have a big following, and they literally are full time YouTubers, kind of like Harry Tornado Josh. I mean, they get 30-40,000 views per video, and they're doing the same thing I'm doing. So I was trying to go that direction, but I just didn't have that my content quality, I guess, and their viewers are so different from resellers. So I could never figure out which one I am. Finally, I just said, I'm gonna do resell. I mean, that's pretty much you can tell my videos are reselling. So I don't feel like there's a lot of golf club fanatics that follow me, and that's fine. I love the resale community. So when I like helping entrepreneurs and people make money. And like, cause I watched that, it's called Stack Golf. You ever watched those guys? They literally do the same thing I do. And the best part about their channel, which I wish I could do it, I can't, is like they find the golf clubs and they go play on a golf course afterwards. And it's really cool and fun to watch. And it's a daughter, or not a daughter, a husband wife team to do it. They're like really young, maybe in their 20s, and they're right outside of Daytona, Florida, or somewhere around that area. And I mean, they find some really cool stuff. And then my buddy that lives down the street, he keeps running into them. They keep fighting over the golf clubs and like community yard sales when he goes down there. So it's kind of funny to hear that too. But I don't know. That's what's saying about my channel. Like trying to figure out what it was in the beginning too kind of hurt me.
Yeah, I understand that totally. When you got into like, so you have no background in like editing or a video or anything. You just were confident enough just to pick up you started with your phone, right?
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I just now switched over to using Filmora and using all the other, like even in one video I didn't even know it. My wife's Nikon does excellent videos, And like if you look in not my last video had it, but the lens was blurry, but I've switched to it, and the picture quality is so much amazing. But I've been using my iPhone 8 for about 90% of all the videos that you see on my channel,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and
That's
using
awesome.
iMovie to edit it.
That's awesome. I'm gonna say hi to. Hey Tracy, how you doing? Thanks for coming. And Michigan Pickers, appreciate you coming by. And Paul, the flipping sports guy, how's it going, Paul? Thanks for coming by. And Julian, the bearded thrift machine. You know Julian, right? You know that
Oh yeah,
you got another South Carolina guy in here.
Julian owes me some steak dinners and 10% commissions and all kind of stuff.
That's
He knows what I'm talking about too.
yard sales. I think I don't know if I mentioned it when I was with when we talked on Joey's channel that time that I used to live in South Carolina too. I used to live in
oh, did you?
yeah, I lived in right outside Greenville. I lived in Simpsonville.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if it's upstate.
What years?
I moved there in like 1986 and I left in 93, I think. 93.
Oh yeah, before.
I loved it. There.
It's grown up a lot since then, but I lived there from not Simpsonville, but I lived most of my adult life in Greenville and Spartanburg.
That's awesome.
I did.
Yeah, we used to go down to Charleston every Thanksgiving for a soccer tournament. So I love South Carolina. I don't know if I would love to be a reseller in Charleston because it's so nice down there. You can just I would want to be locked in a room and work at a job, right?
No, man. I used to hate it, man. I knew there was something that was going to change one day, and I couldn't believe this was it. I mean, like, I used to look at the clock every day at my jobs and just like, oh my God, like, I want to go home. I hate this.
What did you do before you started reselling?
Like I had 2 jobs before reselling. Basically, I was a manager at a Firestone.
Okay.
So like I was in automotive a lot. I did that for 10 years. And then a job opportunity came up where I could work 4 days a week and have weekends off. And it was a route delivery, where I delivered rags and picked up dirty rags off the side of the road. Really tough job, but I only worked 4 days a week. So it gave me extra time to do the resale.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the job that fired me. But I mean, I don't have any hard feelings against that job. It was because of what happened with COVID. I was saying, deal, I got a severance pay.
Mm-hmm.
Things worked out, but it was scary though, because my wife was on the hook too, 2 kids. I mean, but the prior occupations I had were mostly in automotive. And I'm talking, man, 50, 60-hour weeks. I mean, bring home pay was like, I don't know, $500 a week, 600, maybe get $1,000 during the month if I had a good bonus check. I mean, you're a slave to the man there. I mean, and then get taxed pretty heavily on the bonus checks. I mean, they, pretty much tell you, how it is when you work for a corporate person. I mean, they own you.
Yeah.
And like this side of the spectrum, man, it's so weird. And I don't ever try to I guess I try to stay humble to it, or I have to back up sometimes when I get like too comfortable and maybe thinking I'm getting a little ahead of myself to think like, I should be grateful, thankful to God that I actually achieved this, and just kind of embrace it sometimes instead of I get kind of caught up in it too much, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, it totally does. Yeah. It's awesome. It was really cool. What did I have? I have another question. Let me just add also, if you're in the chat, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I'm really bad at the chat. But if you have a question for Cayce, drop it in there. I'll ask it. If you see it, Cayce, you can say it. You can just yell at me and I'll try to find it the best I can. Say hi to Annie real fast. Hey Annie. And I think I missed Chris, Cajun Reseller. I appreciate you stopping by. And I just saw here's Lynn. What's up, Lynn? How you doing? I lost your comment, Lynn, but I really appreciate you coming too.
Yeah, I'm joking.
You choke? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm over here laughing at you. You're gonna pass out on my live, man. So you're already man. See, I was not gonna try to look at my notes, so I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah,
we already went through. This is a good one. So I kind of already touched on this. That how I started watching you. You're really niche down on golf clubs, and you evolved to selling other things. And then in one of your, I don't know if it was 2 videos ago or the last video, you kind of mentioned, or it could have been later, something about this year's business model. Is that something that do you look at your business since you started, and every year you just kind of change your business model? You go into it with a plan as you choke to death. I'm sorry. You want to wait to say it?
Yeah, I think it's over. Kind of went down the wrong pipe. So what I meant by that, I know what you're talking about. It was like a thrift video,
Hmm.
but I kind of just had to figure out what's sold best for me. So I kind of backed off on, I don't say sold best, but what was returning most of, like stuff I had returned wise, which was a lot of combo players and VHS players. So I decided not to go that route. So that's kind of like just focusing mainly on hard goods like golf clubs. And it's worked out pretty good. That way I don't have to worry about testing, that equipment or creating a death pile of it. So that's kind of about what I meant. Just kind of dialing on the niche and then just kind of
Okay.
using only two or three other things. Like I see a lot of people sell everything. Well, I don't want to sell everything. I just want to sell these certain items. And I find a lot of it, so it keeps me busy. I don't have to worry about inventory. I mean, yeah, I'll pick up the VCR that has a remote control that's been tested. Yeah, I'll do that. And it has to be cheap. But to keep the return rate low and the customers happy and my time, becoming a lot more valuable, I don't have time to sit there and go through and test DVD combos all the time and VHS. That does take a lot of time, I think, and packaging. So just, concentrate on what I was good at and what I could find, if that makes any sense.
No,
Me
it
kind of
does.
here.
Yeah. I'm just hoping. I hope you didn't just jinx me because I just sold a DVD combo unit today. I got.
No, they're great. I think it's a great thing for resellers. I mean, like you make tons of money selling those things. I see people sell them all the time, and I know it's good money. Just I had just learned like I'm 50-50 with them, especially in Goodwills. If I find it at a yard sale, and I don't know, even at yard sales, man, it's tough. I mean, it's just I got to get it cheap, and I
I've
got to test.
Yeah, I've stopped with receivers because I didn't really know how to test them. I talked to a friend who is into all that kind of stuff, and I don't always have the stuff to test it. So I would just kind of plug it in, turn it on, and see if the buttons kind of work. And he's like, "Yeah, it should be good." And then I kept on having returns on stuff like that. So I got away from
Yeah,
that. But like I VCR DVD combo, if I find them, I mean the one I got today, or I got it 2 days ago. I paid $6 and sold today for 80 shipped. So
yeah,
I was pretty
pretty good.
excited about that because it's been a pretty slow day. So that was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
no, that's
Um,
pretty good.
I asked a question on Jeff's live stream the other day, about like what you look at for golf clubs, and you told me to look for straights like 3, 4, 5, 6, and that like totally makes sense to me. Are you buying? Are you buying? So you mostly buy sets of golf clubs like in a hole, like at a garage sale, but like when you're out thrifting at say like a Goodwill, are you picking up single clubs? Are you holding on to those clubs and making a set? Or are you selling them singles? Like what's your strategy
Yeah,
on that kind of stuff? Or will you buy a set at a garage sale and then part it out like singles, individuals?
yeah. That's it's kind of broad to answer that one, but pretty much the answer is yes to all of that
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'll buy sets, I'll buy singles, I buy woods and drivers and putters. I mean, my biggest advice to anybody who wants to sell golf clubs, unless you can pick it up pretty decently. I've seen people pick it up. Like there's a lady that follows me on Instagram. And I think her name's the Mother Hustler, I think. And dude, she like makes tons of money. And
Yeah.
like I watch her and I'm like impressed. I'm like, wow, she don't know nothing about golf, but she knows how to sell the golf clubs. But if you really want to do it, go play golf. Like get to know the sport, watch it. You got to know what people want in their bags. Like when it
Mm.
comes to 3 and 5 woods, and I didn't know all this information until I started playing golf and selling it. But I mean, I'm picking everything. But honestly, if you're a reseller, you're just going to look after names for the basics. You're going to look after names like Titleist, Ping. You're going to look after Callaway. You look after Mizuno, Nike. You're going to look after I'm trying to figure out. There's all kind of names. Um, that was mainly the biggest ones. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing some here. Cleveland,
Mm.
that's a big name. A lot of people miss Cleveland. There's some oddball names too out there that people miss, like Ben Hogan. That's a big one. You can also miss like there's just so much out there, like Sonar Tech. Nobody knows what Sonar Tech is. That's
Never
a
heard
good brand. Yeah, it's a weird off name brand. Or Pat Simmons, he makes stuff like the Alien Sand wedges and what they call Master Grip golf clubs. Those are decent. You would literally have to probably, and I'm not saying anybody's gonna go look at my channel, or you can go Google it, but you have to take a notepad and probably write all this down unless you can remember it. Just the name brands of the golf clubs. And 99% of those golf clubs are going to sell decently on eBay or
really.
any platform. Yeah, it's not going to sit there. It's going to sell. And I don't care what year it is either. From all the way back in the 90s to now, the 80s. I mean, there's stuff you don't want to buy, but the stuff I just said, those name brands, that's what sells. You find it in a thrift store, yard sale. You can pretty much, as long as it's cheap, like if I go to Goodwill, I expect to pay $3 or less. I mean, you can just comp it on the phone too, man. I've got countless hours in Goodwills when I first started comping this stuff. Like, that's pretty much too with reselling. Like, you pick your niche, you pick what you are comfortable with. Like, if you're comfortable with clothes and you go flim through the clothes and you look for your vintage T-shirt or your single stitch, I'm not doing that. Or if you want to do shoes or electronics, you go there, comp everything. Well, I comped all the golf clubs because I like golf and it was fun and that's what I do. And now I could do other stuff too now, but that is another advice too. Just comp it out when you go to your thrift store. You don't know. There's some stuff out there that's worth big money that don't even have a big name on it.
Yeah. So did you start playing golf and then reselling, or reselling and then start playing golf?
I played golf for a while. I grew up with my grandfather kind of showing me a little bit about golf. And then, I don't know, I've had this weird thing about golf clothes, even as a child. Like, even when I saw, like, my grandfather's golf clubs in the corner, it said Big Bertha on there. And I always thought that was cool.
That is awesome.
I always saw head covers. I always thought head covers were cool. And then, like, when I never thought I could afford golf clubs, growing up. So I had a hand-me-down set. I was playing, actually, if you might know this place, I don't know, it's in Greenville, but when I lived in Greenville, I started playing golf more. I played at an airport called the Donaldson Center. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's kind of out near Piedmont, South Carolina.
I've heard of Piedmont.
Yeah, so I used to play there a lot, but eventually I moved to Charleston, and my neighbor showed me a pink putter was worth like $1,000 that he picked up for $3, and I was like, oh man, that's it. Yeah, because awesome. I was selling on eBay before then, but not having success. Like, I was selling like my SNES games and like my old textbooks, and I sold some T-shirts, but I didn't have something I could grasp. I mean, I wasn't into going to Goodwills and finding used items. That was just not my thing. And then until the golf club thing came on, then of course I'm in Goodwill. I might as well look for other things later on, but golf club thing definitely helped me take off.
So what how and why did you get into reselling?
I mean, to be honest, man, it's like, it's not just saying reselling. I always had this dream when I was in my 20s that I would own my own time. Like, I don't want to work for nobody. Like, I didn't care what it took. Like, I needed something to get me over the edge. Like, I've tried selling car parts. Like, I thought about maybe having my own automotive business. Anything I could do back in my 20s, I didn't care about being rich or being wealthy. I just needed something. Like, I did real estate. Like, I say I flipped 2 houses. I didn't make a ton of money, but I've made some money doing that. But I mean, you have to find your grind, what you're going to do. And this is something when I found out about golf clubs, I could see 5 years in the future and 10 years in the future. And now I'm at a stage now, man, where like the resale thing, like I'm into trying to find out how to like, I guess have a cash flow or like a stream of income from like say like a YouTube, like having YouTube revenue. Not saying I'm gonna get rich doing that or maybe dividend stocks and other assets of having a cash flow coming in.
Yeah.
So, but back from the resale to here from quitting a job or getting fired, I mean, the money's been great from it. So, I mean,
that's awesome. So you just mentioned that you didn't want to get rich from YouTube. Like, what's your long-term goal with your YouTube channel and reselling?
Yeah, I mean, YouTube, I'm just gonna keep making videos. I'll hit 1 or 2 if that's great. I mean, I have no idea. I'm not gonna stop doing it. If I would have stopped, I would have quit a long time ago because I thought about quitting a long time ago.
I think everyone does.
I did, man. Like, I just man, this is just so much time. Like, literally, I think I have quit a few times. Like, such a break from it. But I think if you consistently upload 2 times a week, my philosophy or my what I figured from this, because I hear a lot of people say you're not gonna make a lot of money on YouTube. I don't plan on making a lot of money from YouTube. I don't have to. I'm a reseller and I make money from that. But it's an extra stream of income that I'm not doing anything but making videos and it's fun.
Yeah.
So over time, if you consistently upload videos to your YouTube channel, I feel like you will get a monetized channel. And I mean, the followers, I have no idea. I mean, it's
You
just,
sell something?
yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, it's just another stream of income. Like, and I got other things lined up just besides YouTube. And it's just another thing. And you may not know about is I do have another YouTube channel
Oh,
that
really?
I have. I do. And the second video actually did pretty well. I just haven't concentrated on it. It was me and my dad. We did a YouTube channel, and I don't know, it's kind of funny. It's called the Slob Garage.
What is it called?
The Slob Garage.
Slob?
Garage.
Oh, okay.
Because we're into cars and he's into hot rods. So I was like, oh, we'll do a car. I don't know if you remember Rev Resell.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of turned me on to it. I just don't get to spend a lot of time with my father. So I was like, we'll do this. We can look back. We got 3 videos out on it.
That's
but
cool.
the second video hit 3,000, almost 3. It's like 2.6 thousand views.
I saw Rev like his car channel like just
dude,
they started like going crazy. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, I mean, cars are great stuff. I don't know anything about cars, so it's
man, it's amazing how good that channel did. And then like I told my dad, I was like, dude, just gotta find a car that needs to be cranked. It's out in the woods. All right. But like Rev and his dad have like 20 cars ready to go that need to be fired up, and people love seeing that. Yeah, and I get it. Like I love seeing that, and I could do those videos, but I live like 45 minutes from my dad, and then finding crap cars out in the woods is very hard around here. I think he's out in Alabama. I'm here. I mean, I could probably find it around South Carolina, but that stuff costs money. I mean, to buy those cars still, even out in the woods, they need to be cranked. But anyway, we're getting on that subject. But it's just how one YouTube channel like had a direction and it took off. I mean, he knew what he was doing, so he doesn't do resale videos anymore. But that channel did good. I don't blame him. I mean, that channel's
right. Yeah,
he's getting 100,000 views off of watching, 60s Mach Mustangs sitting in the woods for 30 years.
I think once you start doing YouTube, because it's so much fun. It's so scary to start, and then it's so much fun to do. I've had things where I wanted to start a second channel just because this channel is it wants to be about reselling. I don't ever want to change that. So it was like, oh, I want to start another channel, and I'm like, it's too much work because that's already too much work to do. It's a lot of work to do this, like just the grind of this, which
it's definitely a lot of work. I mean, doing 2 channels, like I'm not consistent with the other channel. I'm barely consistent with my own channel. Like I try to do 2 videos a week because I am trying to be a reseller. Like I list I list all day. I mean, I got my kids too, man. I have to pick up my son by 2. I got a daughter I got to pick up by 6. And sometimes I'm racing to do an upload. I mean, it's like, and it's not like it's a thrown together video. I'm trying to make the best content out of it. And sometimes it doesn't come out that way, I guess. But for me, I'm trying to show like I can't ever predict what I'm going to find either.
Right. Yeah.
And I could do the what sold videos. I actually have a hard time with what sold videos. It's like more proper. Like I got to be in the camera. But when I'm out garage selling or out thrifting, I'm kind of in my element. So it doesn't really.
I like those. I started watching a lot. I like you were talking about how you just do a phone. I just did my phone and I bought myself a GoPro specifically because I wanted to do that. And I'm always nervous about going out into public to film. Yeah. And I mean, like when I watch those videos to get me the nerve to go to a garage sale. Like, I mean, you're like a natural when you go to a garage sale. I mean, you're right up there. You're just in there like striking deals. Like, you take $5. How about $5? Like, I love that. I would be. I'm too nervous to do that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, you want 20? Like, will you take 25? Like, I mean, it's stuff like that. Like, I'll do.
I was telling someone, like my neighbor, we're talking about the whole like me talking people down and being low ball down to the earth. I told him, I was like, I almost don't want to film it, but it is real me. I mean, if you're going to do this, it is a hustle. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you. I mean, these people, they could be wanting to donate it to Goodwill. I don't know. So I will lowball them to the lowest. And sometimes it's pretty bad. And I'm sorry. Not
well, I don't know what the lady was asking. You bought a bunch of video game stuff with like some Disney Infinity, some Xbox 360 games, and
she didn't have a price.
You're like $5, and I'm like $5. I'm like, she's got to ask like 20, 30 bucks for this. And she's like, well, how about 10? I'm like, 10? I don't
I
know
know.
if she didn't have a price on it. You probably like, she's like, oh, he's asking 5. Let me at least try to get 10. Like, if you didn't give that $5, she might have said 20 or 30 bucks.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. So I
That's
start to the
cool.
lowest, especially with those, man. Like honestly, that was the Xbox 360 games with the gun and then those figures.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time
Yeah.
because I do test it, and I have like 200 golf clubs in the house. So and I still love finding stuff. And I knew there might be a gym in there, so I did. There was Need for Speed Most Wanted in there, and it was worth like 30, 40 bucks. And that was it. That's the only thing I've listed. And I got the other stuff I got to test to make sure it works. So, but I mean, yeah, I got it for 10 bucks.
Oh, I like
but
it.
there,
That's cool.
but the stuff I live for is kind of like if you could watch the video, like a couple of videos I've done this year so far, because I can't believe I caught it on camera was when I was at Evans area. I went to Columbia,
Mm-hmm.
and the one he missed, I didn't realize what was all in that garage, but I paid $100 for that whole garage. Man, we're talking $2,000 worth of golf clubs
That's
that
awesome.
that have already sold, like
That's
are gone. I don't have anything left.
that's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, that's
It was
awesome.
nuts. And in that one I just did, man, where I kind of showed like the run up to the house. I don't know if you saw that.
Which
That
one? Is it?
it was like 2 or 3 videos ago where I'm running to a house. Like I said, I literally ran to this yard sale.
I think so. I don't know. I might not have. I'm trying to
The
think.
house, it was a big one too, man. It was like I don't know at least $2,000 with golf clubs or more. I mean,
Dang,
one golf club in there was worth like $300. There is a set in there that was worth $600.
really?
Sold it yet. I have it on there for like 650. I had like 4 watchers. I didn't know until I got home.
Oh
It was a
wow.
it was a Wilson Staff. That's another good brand to look at. Wilson Staff.
Wilson is Wilson staff. Like, is that
Wilson.
different than just Wilson?
Yes, it is. Wilson would be like your department store stuff,
Right.
but Wilson Staff is that's like a brand they'll use on tour. If you ever see that, you'll know it's distinct. Like they make bags and really good golf clubs, all from back in the '70s to now. So like you'll know it if you ever come across it. Really, really, good stuff to sell.
I want to say hi to. If I missed anyone, I apologize. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and uh, hanging out with me and Cayce. I see Jen Closet Gems. What's up, Jen? And I saw Cameron Gravity Goods. How you doing? If you guys haven't checked out Cayce, I have his channel link in the description. That'd be great. I don't know if I missed anyone else. Misha, what's up, Misha? How you doing? If you guys have questions, if I don't know if anyone put a question in there for Cayce, but if you do, I will ask it. What did you say?
I like Jeff said, when in doubt, offered $5. Yeah, I mean, you look like there's one video, one of my early videos. I felt bad too, but one guy fished out a Rocket Ball Z iron set, which is worth like $300 today, but back then it was only worth like 140. But I offered him $5, and he's like, "Bo, I don't know what it is, but it's got to be worth more than that." And I was before YouTube even video. I think I was very brutal on negotiating.
Oh, really?
Like, oh yeah, like I've been doing this from since 2017, and I mean, I'd say it's fun. It's just I'm trying to make a profit, and it's not always. I've gotten a lot better from being fair
Mm-hmm.
because it's not fair for me to be the upper hand person knowing all the values of all the golf clubs and they have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I have gotten better about being fair. Now, yeah, some stuff that I don't feel like messing with, like video games and stuff. I'm on low ball. It's like $5, and like the lady in Colombia though, if I'd have known all that was there, like I couldn't tell, probably give her more money. But it's just I don't know. We're resellers. I mean, you're hustling. You're out here trying to make money.
Yeah.
They're going to donate the stuff. They're either going to throw it to the side of the road, or the next guy's going to come along and grab it from you. And that's another reason why I would try to snag up stuff fast and bulk, is because there's always someone behind you. I've learned that. I mean, you'll get snagged. Like you got a guy like me behind you, it's going to be bad if you didn't buy everything. And it's happened to a lot of people. Like they'll come out there just picking up one golf club, and I was like, I'm buying the rest, and then I'll make a price, and the seller's like, okay. And I've had people like, man, I'm glad I got this one before you got here. I'm a full-time reseller. I mean, I got a mortgage to pay. I got kids to feed. I mean, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Some people say, my wife or some of my friends like, you got so much stuff, man. I was like, but I'm selling it. They're like, but why would you go to yard sales again? I was like, because this is my job. Like, I get up at 5 a.m. I was like, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm not a full-time employee. I mean, I'm a full-time reseller. I'm gonna go to the yard sale. I'm gonna go find stuff and sell. And I'm gonna have a purpose when I get home. Even though it might sit a while, I'm gonna sell it. It's not gonna sit in my house. You see, I mean, it's all behind me, as you can see, but it's going down. So
kind of tell me, how does a typical day for you work? Like, you get up and like, what are you doing? Like, are you sourcing every day? Are you listing every day? How much are you listing? Just kind of go through your day, your work day.
Yeah, I could do that. So yeah, usually in the morning I'll get up at 5:30. I do try to have a morning to myself with my coffee, and I do, I believe in God, so I do try to read my Bible now for my spirituality. So I read my Bible for at least 20, 30 minutes. And then I do go through like my eBay and just checking for offers. I knew I have some sales. And then I'll maybe send out some offers, check emails. And then, I'll get on YouTube and check out YouTube sometime, maybe a notification trying to reply to some comments. I do try to reply to every comment someone, hits me up with. And then I do have to get my kids up. Normally my wife's out the door. She's a nurse full time. So she's out the door doing her 12-hour shift at work. So I got a 6-year-old who is going to go to kindergarten, and I got a 3-year-old who still goes to daycare. So I'll take her to daycare, him to school, then come back home, and then I'm probably going to do all my packages if I didn't do it the night before. And normally I'm anywhere from 5 to 10 packages to do. And I'll do my packages, and then once that's done, I'll eat breakfast, and then I do my listings. And usually it's 10, at minimum 10. I have been upping it to 15. I even did like 22 the other day, which is
Oh wow,
a lot. That's a lot for me. But I just got a little overcrowded on inventory, so I had to get it going. So doing that, and then I have to pick up my son by 2, and then I have a break between then. Normally I use that to clean up, or I'll make the YouTube videos and try to have it uploaded before 5. Sometimes I'll make that, sometimes not, and that's usually twice a week. Any other time I'm just trying to clean up the house, getting ready for my wife to come home. And then, I have to get my daughter by 6, which I'm usually there about 5:30. My son now plays T-ball, so I usually do a T-ball game twice a week. If not, I'm still at home cooking dinner for my wife. She gets home at 7:30, eating dinner. I don't really do anything much after 7:30. I'll sometimes jump in live and watch YouTube. Sometimes I'll be able to do some packaging at night, but most time I just try to, relax with the family, watch a movie, eat dinner. I'm usually in the bed by 9:30. It is a busy day, though, man. I swear my day is fast. Now, I do try to go play golf now and then, or go fishing or do something. Normally it's golf. I haven't done a lot of fishing. But you would think a life of entrepreneur to do anything free time-wise. Like, I stay really busy.
That's fun. Do you list every day?
I try to. I sometimes take a break on the weekends, but consistently out of the 7-day week here, I usually list 5 days. At least 5 days out.
All right, that's cool. Are you listing on your phone, or you list on the computer?
So what I do is I'll take the pictures with the phone and I'll upload it from the phone on the eBay app, and then I'll come on my computer and do it because I just feel like I'm faster with the keyboard.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how you do that, or you?
No, I use my phone because I don't have kids or anything, but I have a dog, and he hates coming in here. So he's like, right now the door's open because he's I don't know, he might be. Oh, he's not right there. He runs around and tries to keep an eye on me, and then he'll. So I'll come in here, I'll take pictures, and then I have to go lay down in my bed so he can or sit on my couch. He has to be next to me, but he won't come in here. Wow. So I do all my stuff on my phone.
Okay.
Well, I didn't have a laptop for a while, so I did a lot of stuff before when I was just kind of doing this, not like super serious. I was selling sports cards, and I would just list everything on my phone, and then I had I didn't have a thermal printer, so I had I have a regular inkjet printer. I just printed my labels out through Wi-Fi. It was super easy. So then I got a laptop, and then I'm more serious. I just don't know I don't honestly know how to really list on the phone. I mean on the laptop.
Yeah, I'm like that with the phone. Like I have a hard time with the phone, like with the eBay app. Man, I know I probably need to upgrade. I mean, I use an Apple iPhone, and that's another thing too, man. I have a hard time buying new stuff. Like since becoming in the thrifting world, like if it went down in value, I'm not gonna buy it new. So
You sell something else?
anyway, yeah.
Did you really?
So, anyway,
Man, that's awesome.
the
Um,
the other thing you was talking about sports cars, man. I've actually tried to get into that.
oh really? I did it before the boom. I was just more of a it was like a hobby I did, and then I started selling cards to just try to buy more cards, kind of like.
Yeah,
And then beginning of this year, I started looking into it more. I was buying some cards, and I sent some cards to get graded, and was gonna try to start flipping them. And then all those grading companies, like they started raising their prices too much, and it pretty much priced me out of trying to do that. I was trying to see if it was either going to turn into kind of hobby or if I can incorporate it into my reselling business. But it's
yeah.
pretty much a stalemate. I ended up getting, I don't know how much you know about cards, but PSA, they had like kind of halted taking cards, and they jacked up their prices, like doubled their prices. So then I was going to go try out another company, SGC, and they were super cheap. And I was going to try to start flipping low dollar cards, buy them super cheap, and then grading them and then selling them, trying to get like 50% ROI. And then they raised their price to $75 per card. So basically, you're priced out of like every card.
Wow.
So
Oh.
basically, my plan base was just absolutely destroyed in a few weeks.
So,
Um,
so answer me this, because I am new to cards. Like I don't know much about them. I mean, I know from back in my days, I used to collect basketball cards, but so I have like three decent cards. I have a LeBron James rookie card. I just found a what's his name? Tom Brady rookie card.
really,
I got yeah, and there's another LeBron card. So what I gotta do to get it graded? I just send it off and they
like
gonna charge me
I don't know if like if it's a LeBron rookie card, and probably do a Tom Brady one. LeBron for sure would probably have to be PSA. I'm not sure if they're doing. Maybe someone in the chat knows. I don't think they're taking cards right now, but those I would definitely probably get them graded beforehand. I don't know if I would trust if I would want to send there, because the PSA is kind of like the top tier grading company. So like those high dollar cards, those valuable players like that, you're gonna want them in like a PSA slab. You
So
might be
you
able to do Beckett, but I think I would wait for PSA. So I don't know. It's expensive though.
you said $75 a card?
That's what this SGC company. They're like the third on the like the totem pole, and it was literally because sports cards are super, um, they're super expensive to like. It's just an expensive hobby to be involved in, and I just had put aside a little bit of money and was just going to try to just kind of try to flip my way up to more expensive cards. But yeah, $75 for a low tier card to get graded is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much not gonna make your
I mean,
profit. Where's the profit? I'm
you're
like,
gonna have to have a
you,
super expensive card that's gonna be like I had a couple Lamar Jackson rookie cards, and I had a couple Donovan Mitchell basketball cards, just like lower tier brands. I got graded, and they just, I mean, I got them in for 25, and they were 15, and then I bought the card. I was buying cards when it was $15, and then when I got the cards in my hand, was ready to do the shipment, they raised the price to 25, and I was like, I'll send in part of my order and see how I like it, and then decide if I want to continue and pour more money in. And then they raised it to 75, so I'm kind of out now.
yeah. So if I send in my cards, you're gonna charge me $75 a card
For
for
this
PSA?
company, yeah. For this company, like if you got those graded through SGC, $75 wouldn't be bad. When you send it into PSA, I think for like some of the cards, they price them based on, don't quote me on this stuff, how much the card's actually worth. That's how much you're going to pay to get it graded. If it's worth X amount, like I don't know, a LeBron rookie card is going to be, it's going to be crazy amount of money. It's going to be, I don't know. I'm not going to know what it is off the top of my head, but it's going to be a crazy amount of money to get that graded. But it's going to be worth a lot of money.
I guess. I mean, I was looking at it. I was looking it up a while ago. Graded. It's not like a big rookie card. It's like the diary one from Upper Deck,
Oh,
and it was on like $85 graded. And so I'm like,
really?
oh.
That's
For sports, so comp off eBay, and then now the Tom Brady card is up there. It's like $400. I think like $300. But
hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't even going to sell the card. I was going to keep it. The bronze, I might have a. Now I did find a a Chrome. What do you call it? Topps Chrome. Does that
Yeah,
make
Top
sense?
Chrome.
LeBron, like second year,
Oh,
I think. And it's like I was looking it up a while ago before we got on chat, and the bids were like 173 without it being graded.
without it, yeah,
I was like, dang.
yeah.
Like I bought where's this thing at, man? I just had this. Crap, I just had it. Man. Here, I'll
Go
show you.
grab
Hang on.
it. I will say hi to some of the chat. Thanks again for everyone coming and hanging out with us. I see Chosen Goods reseller. Thank you, Carissa, right? And Sarcastic Storage Stacker. How's it going? Thanks for coming. I missed you. Anyone have any questions for Cayce? I have my list. I think we've almost covered everything I was gonna ask. Oh no, I do have one more question that
I'm
I
already.
like when you do when you're selling golf clubs. You talk about that you're a big buyer. Are you cleaning every one of these golf clubs? Do you clean them every one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
every one of them. I do, man. Like, and that takes a lot of time. Like, I use a wire brush to clean the grooves, and then I use a like steel wool SOS pads to clean the surface rust off of them. I clean the shafts and the grips and dry it off with a hand towel. And would you take fouls for Brady?
Don't do
I
it.
don't know about that. Yeah, that's probably what I would say to people.
Oh,
But
Jen's into cards. She says I stopped taking cards for all services except the most expensive one. So basically, you're not taking cards. Wait,
I mean, I just now got into cards a little bit just to kind of have fun with it. So I don't know. But
it's
yeah,
expensive. It's expensive fun.
I mean, I just have like this right here, like this is the LeBron James thing. I guess if you can see it, I
Yeah.
picked this up. All these are LeBron James cards in here, like the whole deck.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
30 cards in. I paid $5 for them at a yard sale.
I just
Like,
I have to show off. We're gonna lose everyone with our started talking about
the
cards. I forgot I had my card here. I sent in my card for my personal collection because I wanted it as a
oh man, that's
Jordan.
cool. Dude, I got that card.
You have this card?
I have that card.
Yeah, like this one. So this was from my personal collection.
That's the Fleer 90?
Yeah, Fleer 90. If you sell this raw, it was when I looked it up, it was I don't know, $5 to $15. So I was like, oh, I have basically nothing into it because I've had it since I was a kid, and I'm gonna pay $15 to get it graded. And so I got it graded. I was expecting an 8. It actually looked pretty good, but I was like, oh, maybe an 8. 8.5. It came back at 9. I think it could be like 120, 150 bucks. But now that the price is to get this graded like 75 bucks, I don't know if that changes the value of it. So, but I don't know if I want to sell it because it's just my card. It's so cool. I think I want to keep it.
Man, that's an awesome card you got, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big basketball fan too. Like I grew up watching basketball and playing basketball. Like I'm a pretty decent basketball player. So ask Cayce for stock too, because I need one.
Yeah.
Man, I can give you that. I mean, I watched Jeremy from Financial Education 1, 2, and 3.
Is that a YouTube guy?
Yeah. And that's what I listen to. The guys made me thousands of dollars.
Really?
So like I invest like my last stock I invested in was Tattooed Shell. Which ain't doing too hot right now. It's a good time to buy in. And like I've had pretty decent luck with watching that guy picking stocks.
What's his name?
Like,
I gotta write this down now.
Jeremy Lafraud.
Jeremy Lafraud.
All you gotta do is type in financial education. This guy here, man, he was like beyond reselling. Like I feel like reselling ties into the financial stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
like man. So like on that guy, I mean, all right. So his backstory is he's about my age, 35, 36. He started buying into stocks in the '08 crash. He worked at QT, taking all his bonus money and sticking it in stocks like Facebook. You know, he had some stuff that went bad, but he's a multimillionaire. And like to hear him talk is so inspirational because he's in my age bracket. And I don't have his type of portfolio by no means, but my portfolio mimics his, and I just literally buy everything he buys.
Really?
And they'll tell you to like redo your own research, and that is true. I have my own stocks that I've picked, but this guy here, like I buy his stocks because he has the backstory on everything. He knows what like everybody's market value is and how much cash they have on the sidelines if they get in trouble. So I know I can buy here and I'll lose my money in a bankruptcy. So there's a lot into that, and I make a lot of money doing it.
Oh,
But
that's cool. Yeah, the last stock I bought was DraftKings.
yeah, there you go. I mean, why not? I mean,
It went
I
super
don't know what
straight up, and
DraftKings
then it went crashing down again. It's still
but
up a little bit. And the other one was Disney. I actually got into
Disney is
reselling
good.
with Disney. I bought an option on Disney. I bought it in like June, or not June. I bought a do you know much you know about options, right? I bought a
Somewhat. I don't buy options, but I don't understand it, so I don't buy it.
I don't. I only bought when I was younger. I would mess with options because it's kind of like gambling. I mean, it's basically a little bit.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, if you're looking at it when you're not really, I don't know. I feel like there's some strategic room for it there's some strategy to it. But the way I was looking at it, I was gambling basically. But I wanted to buy some Disney stock, and I bought an option on Disney in the summer or the spring of 2019, and I had a call. It was at like $140. I bought a call for 180. It was going to expire in June of 2020, and by January, February, when they did their fourth quarter like report from 2019, it skyrocketed, and I was up really good, and I was like, man, the only way. I remember telling my brother, I'm like, the only way I'm going to lose any money is if the world literally ends. And then like
Oh
a few weeks
man.
later, COVID happened, and then it all just went downhill from there. I ended up losing it, but then I still believed in it, so then I ended up just buying some shares, but I didn't have nearly as much as I had into it before. But
My wife bought Disney. I wish I would. I didn't buy Disney. She bought it at like I don't know, at the bottom.
really,
But hey, check this story out. Back in the pandemic, like I was still working my full time job, and all my resale money, my profits, I used all my profits mostly into the stock market.
that's cool.
Because I mean, to me, it was like this is no risk money. I mean, this is just I have a full time job making money, so I had some savings account for being financially secured. But I took a lot of my money and then I invested in a stock that Jeremy recommended, which was Carnival Cruise Line, and I invested in January.
I think I have that one, but I got it after
Well,
January.
yeah, I didn't get it out to January.
Yeah,
I got it. So let me tell you, man, that's a bad feeling when you go to bed at night. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I saw negative in my account when that thing went crashing down. I averaged down. Like I tried to make more money, and I'm actually up in the stock right now, but my head is barely above water. And thank God it didn't bankrupt because man, it looked bad. Like I ain't gonna lie, I lost some sleep on that one.
Zombie, did you ask a question? Did I miss it? And I know Jen had a question. Jen, ask it again. I don't know if I see it. Zombie, did you ask a question? Because I'll have him answer, and then we're gonna wrap it up. He was fortunate enough to come on here with me. He's a busy guy late at night, and I promised him around an hour.
You good, man. The kids are sleeping now, and then I guess I might do packaging. I don't know. I was gonna go golfing.
I didn't see it up there. So if they had a question, ask it again. I don't see it. But so yeah, I asked that question about the cleaning golf clubs. I just didn't like. I sell more like kind of. I mean, I sell a lot of clothing, so I'll wash I wash all my clothing. I was just kind of curious because I had some golf clubs here that I just don't know. I didn't really know what to do with them.
What do you got? What is?
Oh, this one. These are. What's this one? It's a Vulcan.
Oh, okay.
Point. I don't know if it's some of the. What I was looking them up again the other day. I've had these sitting here like the fall, and it's been like I think it was $20-$30 for these. The other two are. I think these are brand you didn't. I don't think you mentioned them, but I heard you mention them in a video. TaylorMade.
Oh yeah. Those are the old school ones. Those are like the old school like Pittsburgh Persimmons.
Yeah.
those will sell. I've actually sold those, but they are a little harder to sell because they're older.
Yeah. I
But
think those are the ones I asked you about. I found them. I don't find a lot, and I found them, and then I didn't honestly. I got them, and then I was like, oh, they kind of
yeah,
sat here. I was like, I've never listed golf. Oh, I've actually sold one golf club. I bought a putter last year. A guy at a garage sale talked me into it, so I bought it, and I paid $20 for it. I don't remember what kind it was, and I ended up selling it in like a week for I doubled my money. I think we have. Here's Jen's question. I think. Do
yeah.
you think golf clubs sell well at flea markets, or should you just put them online if they're valued about $5-10 each?
It
And
just
I have a lot
depends.
of
I mean, if it's a full set, it's probably gonna sell good on the like anywhere right now. If it's a set of clubs, because everybody wants to play golf at this time of year. But if you're individually, they need to be name brand. So if you have like the name brand Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, they're gonna sell better on eBay or online. Unless you just and if they're just random knockoff clubs, I mean, you might be okay at a flea market to sell them for 10, like $5-10. But to me, I mean, normally at flea markets, a lot of I don't know if there's just resellers in your area, but like nobody buys golf clubs at my flea market unless you're me and they're good. So that's I don't know. It's kind of hard to say unless it meets all those criterias.
And then zombie, do things? Is that things? Is it supposed to be things fall off eBay or delist? I don't understand.
Do
Are you
things
asking
that
if it runs out of time? Most stuff's good till it cancels. Is that kind of what you're
yeah,
asking? And then Jeff wants to know, Casey, going live on his channel.
yeah, probably so. I mean, I was going to ask you. So you said you got your channel monetized. You said
Yeah.
so. Like you did those live streams I noticed with Philly Picker.
Mm-hmm.
Like like how does that work with the hours? I'm sure I'm gonna find out. But you use StreamYard and it's kind of it filters the hours into the
Yeah, so
analytics.
I'm using I don't know what it's called. I guess the browser or whatever. I just run StreamYard through to my eBay. When you sign up for StreamYard, you sign up with your channel, but all the
Okay.
hours you have to run it on your channel. Um,
Yeah.
to get whoever's channel it's on. So if you do a show with someone, like if like on if this on this live, all the hours are going to me, and
So
then
yeah, I know.
yeah.
But like but once you do it though, I mean, like I'm sure I'll figure it out. And I always assume that like you're on StreamYard. StreamYard filters the YouTube hours into the to that.
Yeah, like this will upload when we're done. This will upload to YouTube. I
Okay.
and then it'll watch over there. So everyone in here, it all kind of works that way. But yeah,
Okay.
do you care? What what are your thoughts on what kind of show you want to do?
Who me?
Yeah,
I'll,
you.
I'll probably I'll probably just do a Q&A first just to kind of get the hang of it. And I don't know, man. I might just do maybe like I thought about calling it the Carolina Thrift Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about maybe having like someone like Flippy come on or something. We talk some resale and just see what happens, or maybe it'd just be me. Just maybe like 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you hang out? I said you play golf with Evan, right? Flippy.
yeah,
Yeah. So you guys buddies.
yeah. I would say so. I mean, he's a pretty cool guy.
That's awesome.
I mean, I haven't really met a whole lot of resellers,
Mm.
but Evan will be one of them. I mean, yeah, he's a really cool down to earth guy.
Yeah, that'd
He
be cool if
plays.
you guys did something together. I think it's. I mean, it's hard because I know. I mean, most of your videos are like I don't know, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, right? And most of them.
Yeah,
Some of them
usually
might be a little bit longer, and
I try to keep
Evan's the
them.
same kind of way too. I think it's good to. I mean, because it's. I mean, the hustle's so hard on here. I think it's the
Oh,
smart
dude.
way. If I could go back, I mean, I said it already. That's the one thing I would suggest. I don't really have much to offer on that type of stuff, but I wish I would have done it a lot sooner.
Like doing
Yeah, or
lives.
just because I try not to all my videos I mean I edit the crap down on them and try to make them between 8 and 10 minutes, and then I kind of envision like some snowball effect of the watch time, like the watching the view like on that, but it was tough. Like
It's
it got to be the grind, and I think hour wise, like on a live, you might get 50, 60 hours. I think. I mean, I don't do them consistent either, so I think if you got them consistently, if you did them consistently at like a a scheduled time, it would probably be a lot better. But when I started the show with Joe and Mike, we did it every third week was on my channel, and then it became kind of confusing on whose channel we should put it on. And I was getting so close. We just did it on Joe's channel just to so we have it on one spot. Like Mike does auctions on his channel, so he's putting out. Now he has two channels, but before it was like we didn't. It would bog his channel down with doing a live and his auctions and then his regular content. So the best play we're just like we'll just stick it on one spot and try it for a while, see how it goes. Rotating between the three of us, it became a little difficult, but yeah, it'd be cool.
No, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure something out because it's just like you're saying, like it's a grind, and I mean, honestly, putting out 3 videos a week for me is tough. I mean, trying to get it quality wise, I'm not just gonna throw anything out there, even though I don't know, maybe some of my videos are duds, but most of the time I do put a lot of effort into it. If you can see in the last at least 6 months. And the hours, I mean, YouTube's not going to push it. I mean, I got to have like probably 200 like buttons and everybody watching the whole thing, which I don't expect. I mean, I get it, I know the YouTube algorithm wants to see people watching it. And I mean, I just don't see mine doing that unless there's something I hit. So I was like, I might do a live show. So we'll see here soon.
I mean, it's fun. I get so nervous doing these, but it becomes once I'm doing it, like I was really nervous before we started. I didn't want to. Sometimes I have someone on and I'm tell them when I get on, I almost threw up. I told her, and I was trying to keep calm, but I get super nervous. I feel like if I did them more, but you get to interact. I'm so bad at the chat, so watching the chat, but you get to interact with everyone in the chat and stuff. Hopefully, if you're better at it, but it gets to be kind of fun.
Yeah, I want to Evan, man. He's like, I'm ready to do it again. We tied, so it's time for a rematch, man. I shot at 85 yesterday, so I don't know. You want some of this? No, man. I enjoy playing golf with him, and then I saw Julian said he's in the Carolinas, man. So yeah, you never know. I might just have some of these guys on and do.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. There's so many guys from Carolina. It's awesome.
So many guys. I'm glad nobody's from Charleston. If anybody's in Charleston in here, don't let me know. I love the area to myself. So
all right,
I'll show it, Julian.
I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this up real fast. I really appreciate you coming on. Again, guys, I have Cayce's channel in the description. If you guys want to go check them out. Really enjoy having you on here tonight. It was really awesome. Any final words? I'll let you final words before I say something final.
Yeah, Evan, I see that comment. 85 on the first 9 holes. Got me laughing. But no, I mean, honestly, I appreciate you having me on. I always have a good time getting on lives. I know it's a little late for me, but I do like to come in and enjoy, everybody's company in the chat too. I do appreciate if anybody does subscribe, if you enjoy the channel. I mean, I do have a lot of information out there on golf clubs, so if it helps you out, I'm glad it does. And anything I can do to help, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm still Carolina Hustler on there. I do answer a lot of Instagram messages if you ever have any questions.
All right, that's awesome. Wait, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay,
nope.
I thought I muted you.
You can mute me.
Oh, like no, okay. I'm gonna put this stream in here too. If you guys are if you're done when you're done here, if you go check out and say hi to Yakov for me and tell him hello. But again, I think hopefully you're gonna get close to 1,000 soon. I hope because you're almost at 800, so it's coming. So I really appreciate it. A really great content. So I really I think you're gonna do great. It's just a matter of time. So hurry up and get that show going, the Carolina thrifting show. I like that.
You like that? Yeah, I'll probably get it going probably next week, man. Like my whole thing was like May. Like I think I'm gonna have my mindset for May and June. So to really hammer it, because I'm going on vacation in June. When I get my mind set up for something, I'll do it. So maybe stay tuned and see what happens here.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna end this broadcast. It's gonna be awkward while I say bye. So really appreciate everyone again, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Oh, next week I have Yard Sales and Dreams Danielle on. So that's going to be fun. Next week, I think we're on at 7:30. I'll see you guys then. Bye.